Alrighty. So tonight I'm just going to cover with you, I'm going to share my screen and cover just some documents that I put into our coach training group this morning that will help you run your challenge group. So Jerry, I know you're on the phone. You can kind of check those out later on if you want. But when you're in, oh, I have to share my screen. Sorry. Okay. Can you see my screen? Can you see it? Good. Okay. You'll just click here in the files section. And if you scroll down, then I put in a document called Challenge Group Resources. So when you run your challenge group, these 4 things are really important just to help you stay organized, which is key. You want to make sure you keep track of all your challengers, help you with your curriculum so you know what to post when it's your posting week, and then just some other things that I'll show you in just a second. The first thing I want to show you is the challenge group tracker. This is where you should start. Really, if you have any challengers for your challenge group, either on the 28th or January 4th, you should already, well, now that I'm telling you, my call to action for you is to print this out tonight and get it going. You'll write your challenge group name here. That's just for your own, reference. You could just put the start date there too. And then you'll copy this posting schedule off of wherever you post it, like in Classically Fit, where we post your challengers' names, and then you sign up for a week to post. And I like to keep track of when everybody's posting, just in case I notice posts aren't up there, or just to keep track for yourself on what week you're supposed to be posting. And then I'll show you in a minute what these emails mean. We have a really great document of some files or some scripts that you can use to email your challengers each week to kind of keep them motivated and on track. And then down here is where you will write your challengers' names, what program they're using, and their join date. This is really important. The date they join is also the date that their Shakeology Home Direct is going to ship out. So you're going to want to send them a Shakeology Home Direct reminder about 10 days before that ships out. Just because, you don't want them to be billed for or receive Shakeology another month if they do not want it. It's kind of a common courtesy of us to inform them that they're going to be receiving another shipment. Just as a reminder, it might have been something that you told them when you were inviting them, but you want to remind them that that will ship out again, and just make sure that they want to keep it. Write down that join date. So for instance, if somebody joined today, December 21st, I write down 12/21, and then I send out my Shakeology emails about a week before, a week to 10 days before. So you just write down, I probably write down Shakeology reminder, probably 1-17 or something, about a week before it's going to ship again. Just to give them plenty of time to modify their order or cancel it if they would like. Now, in order for you to know what to say, which can be kind of scary sometimes, I know I get like the chills inside when I have to send out that email, because I want to make sure that everybody's staying on their Shakeology, and I keep everybody active on my legs and all that good stuff. So I get nervous every time I send that out, but get over that fear. I mean, I'm still working on that myself, even like 7 months into this. So don't worry. Just use these scripts, and hopefully everybody, put value into Shakeology when you're in your challenge group. Make sure you're reaching out. Make sure you're making sure you like it. And if they don't like it, help them find a way to like it. Usually they're just like mixing it with water or something gross. They're not using a blender, and that's why they don't like it, because they're not preparing it to like the best way that you can. So just make sure. That's one thing I've really worked on in the past few months, my past 2 challenges, make sure everybody is enjoying and seeing the benefits to that Shakeology. So here are the Shakeology scripts, and this is one of the documents I posted. And it's really simple. It's a copy paste. I email this to the challengers. If they don't respond back in a couple of days, I usually will send them, if I've been texting with them throughout the challenge or Facebook messaging has been successful, I'll say, hey, did you see my email? Make sure you go check that, just to make sure that they are informed. Once again, just a common courtesy. So this is all laid out for you. It just says, I just wanted to get in touch with Shakeology. I know you're enjoying it, or maybe, you know, you can kind of tweak that to, you know, however they like it or not like it, or, you know, you can, depending on the person, you give them the options of canceling, changing their flavor, postponing their shipment. You can receive it every other month if that's something that they want to do, or change the date it ships. A lot of people will ask me if they can change it to like the 14th of the month, because it's the day they get paid, or, you know, like anything like that. You want to keep those options open for people, or they can keep it exactly the same. So you give them those 4 options. And you don't overload them with information. You know, you don't want to send a million steps of what you do for each step. That's just crazy. Just give them those 4 options, and depending on their answer, then you'll go ahead down here, and it breaks it down for you by what they would say. So if they want to keep the same, here's what we say. If they want to cancel it, right here, it breaks it down for you. Here's what you say. Okay? If you want to modify the order, that's their flavor, their ship date, any of that, this is where you direct them right here. So it gives you a link to that order, that online form that you can go ahead and modify the order. Also, really important, after you get their Shakeology squared away, you want to make sure you send, trying to find it, you want to make sure you send them the information about Beachbody On Demand too, because that's also an automatic thing that they'll get charged for. If you know, you want to make sure that they're going to keep it or not keep it. So you say, after you get the Shakeology squared away, you say, well, there's just one more thing, and you explain how they sign up for this, that free 30-day trial, and then explain to them how much that costs per year. It's really good value. If you can add value to that, like, I remember I sometimes say, I know I used to spend $50 a month for a gym membership just to change up my workouts. You know, here you can spend $40 a week 4 times a year, $2.99 a week, and you can have access to all these amazing workouts anytime you want if you ever want to change your workout routine. And some people, I mean, they really jump on that. They feel, you know, the deal in that $2.99 a week. So you have to explain that to them as well. And underneath there, it tells you what to do if they want to cancel that. Okay. So that's the Shakeology group script, the challenge group tracker. Then the weekly email. They're just each week, what am I trying to say? Each Sunday of the challenge group, when you start your preseason, you'll send, it's just a general welcome email to your challengers, welcoming to the challenge group, telling them a little bit about the pin posts, the resources in the group, all that stuff. You'll tell them that too when you shout them out in the group, when you start your group, but just a little extra, like welcome to them, and make them feel welcome, to make them feel part of this community that you're trying to begin. Then throughout the challenge, there's a second preseason email. I usually send that Wednesday, sometimes Thursday even, of the challenge group week. When you get into that like meal planning posts and things like that, you're going to give them some more resources and make it a little more personal. It's from you, it's from their coach, extra line of tips and all that stuff. So that is that, and make sure you'll have to attach these things, because you're going to attach the items. I remember one time I didn't attach anything, so make sure you attach a meal plan, a sample. It could be one of your own, it could be one from somebody else, a blank meal plan, some Shakeology recipes, and all of those things. If you need them, just let us know. sure we can help you find those things. Also, just be careful. This is for anybody doing 21-day fix, which is a pretty common thing. Lots of people do 21-day fix, but if you have anyone doing Sandy Max 30 or a PIO, there's specific emails that you can send to them when they're meal planning to go with those meal plans during the preseason. And then there's a week 1 email, a week 2, week 3, and then a final one after the 21 days of the challenge. Also, just be careful. Allie's name are on all these, so you want to make sure you put your own name. Don't just copy paste mindlessly. And also, her phone number is in this some places. I'm pretty sure I probably have sent people her phone number by accident in the beginning when I first started out. So make sure you pay really close attention, and and you can make these your own too. You can add your own spice. You can add your own meal planning templates. You can add whatever you want to make it your own, just so that your challengers feel a personal level of connection with you, of course. I know in the past, Lindsay has even sent like videos, I think, so you can you can really make your own, make it more personal. The more personal you make this stuff, guys, the more your challengers are gonna see the value that you put into the group, and if you put value into them, they're gonna give it back to you. That's kind of my takeaway from all this. Finally, is the curriculum, and you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, there's where the coaches got all their information. It's really not that hard at all. So, guys, this is literally a copy-paste system. We create these challenge groups, and we don't reinvent the wheel every time. We spice things up when new programs come out. Like I know Hammer and Chisel, we're kind of building that curriculum as we go, but we're going to use it in the future. Once we make this once, you don't make it 5 every time you do a new challenge group. So this curriculum is already here for you. Everything you need is right here. All you have to do, if you're posting during preseason, you literally click on day 1, you copy it all, you paste it, and you put in the little picture with it. Done. Push post to the group. And then when you're in a group, I'll show you here on my screen. Let me go to one of my groups. You just let's see, of course. Okay. All you'll do, there's a nice little selfie. Erin would be like terrified if she saw that you all were seeing that. All you have to do is click on this little arrow and click, well, this one's pinned, but you'll click pin post, and it will go up to the top, and it will be right there for you, pin post at the top of the page for everybody to see. Okay. And then since I'm in the challenge group, for your first group, you're not going to be expected to set this up on your own at all. Your upline coach or a coach, a vet coach that has been running groups for months and months, they're going to be the ones that will set up this group most likely. They'll make the cover photo. They'll add in all, because remember, challenge groups have the files and the photo section. They're going to add that all in for you. You're not ever expected as a brand new coach to know how to do all that right away. We kind of mentor you through your first group. So we'll have all of this stuff ready for you come January 4th or the 28th. I'm not sure which group you girls have your challengers in. But we'll add all that for you. Your job will just be to go in then. We'll make you an admin so you have posting rights and all that stuff. All you'll do is add your members, and it's really simple. Click right here, add members. You type someone's name. You can add to the group. Okay. And then you'll kind of launch the group. You remember when you did your challenge groups in the past, we'll launch the group Sunday night between like 8 and 9 normally. Everyone gives their challengers a nice little shout out, welcoming them to the group and pointing them into the right direction of where to find those resources, the files, the photos, all of that. I remember in my first group, I kind of waited on my coach to make the first move, shouting out challengers. I didn't really know what to say or do. You know, I remembered it from my challenge group, but I kind of let her take the lead, and then I added mine in after she had added hers. So I think hopefully that makes sense, everybody. Does anyone, I think I'm going to stop sharing my screen so I can see you all. Does anybody have any questions about running challenge groups or anything in general? Or anything to add, Amanda and Lindsay?
I think the only thing I would add is just like really planning out when you do have your post week. I write it. I mean, I know you can plan them out through like Sendable or whatever. I still haven't taken that leap and I do it manually. It's one of those things where I wake up in the morning to work out for sure those days because I know I have to post. So it's kind of my accountability. But just I like literally write down on my calendar with a little, box that I've checked it off and I know I've posted. And it just takes that stress off rather than thinking all night before, like, oh, what day am I posting? What's tomorrow? And it just, anything you can do to make a list and plan out for the challenge group is really helpful. Write it on your calendar to send those emails out with everyone's name and just really plan ahead so you don't miss anything.
Yeah, definitely. And just use that. You can start by using that challenge group tracker page, just listing out everybody's name. That's a great place to start. And then I just take, like, I know for me, I take their name, of course, and the dates we need to remind them about Shakeology. Like, that goes into my planner so that I, if I don't see it on the page, I see it in my planner. You want to make sure that you keep connected with everybody, for sure. So.
Yeah.
And staying organized is great too. You can write down your planning week or your posting week in your planner too, so you don't forget. It's easy to forget. It's easy to, get your week mixed up. So.
Yeah.
And if you ever do forget to do a post and you run out this has happened to me, and I've texted Lindsay, I'm like, crap, I just realized, thank you for covering my butt this morning. But if you are on your way to work and you're like, crap, I forgot to post this morning, just text us or message somebody in your group, another coach, and we cover each other's butts. That's why we run groups together. That's why we're not alone in this, and we run it together. So anything else to add or any questions from you girls? I guess I just thought too, go ahead, Amanda. Sorry.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. I have the headphones on and Steve's watching a show, so I didn't want to.
No, you're good.
So what I do is I like to check in with my challengers at least once a week, and I put it in my phone as a reminder every Thursday. Melanie and Mature did it once, so I was like, oh, that's a good idea. So I like to have that in my phone just to make sure I touch base with them to see if anything's going wrong or anything's is super amazing, just to make sure that they're good. So that's another tip.
Yeah, definitely stay connected with them. That's such a value added approach to it all. You can message them. If you do see something post about being down or they had a bad day, you can send them an extra message of encouragement, and just always comment on everybody's post. And when you do that, they're going to keep posting. They're going to keep stay accountable throughout the whole thing. And don't just say, oh, wow, great job. You need to say, you did so great this day. And, it's really easy for us to get overwhelmed. And, you go in the group and you see there's 20 new posts. And you're like, holy crap, I'm going to be doing this all night. But just take a minute, do it, get it done. And that's going to make you successful in the long run. So, because happy challengers, guys, that makes your business successful. They turn into good coaches, and they just see the value of what the support and accountability of our group does do, and they start talking to people about it, and it's just it's just a ripple effect. It's a compound effect, honestly. Those simple little steps each day will help your business just grow. And our business here starts with our challengers, and that's why we're here. That's what we're here to make them successful. So just keep that in mind, and give all your heart to your challengers. My number one theory is they come first, and all those other invites and messages and personal development, that's really, really important. But for me, my number one priority every day is to make sure my challengers are happy and make sure that they're successful and staying on track. So that's my theory. And not everybody does the same, but that's how I roll. So yeah. Anyway, anything else? I just about anything. It doesn't have to just be about challenge groups either. You can ask anything. You're gonna say something. Go ahead, Lynn.
I was just gonna say, I just, life does get crazy, and like I know right now, like I have 4 groups going, and it's a lot. And our Hammer and Chisel group is humongous. But I think about how much it meant to me whenever I was that challenger. Like you have to put yourself in their position, and just think how much it meant to have someone rooting you on every single day. And it's like, how long does it really take us to check in with our challenge groups? Like we'll mindlessly scroll through Facebook or watch a TV show, or like barely watch a TV show, and like you're just catching out. And it's like, it just means so much to people. And one thing I was going to add too is sending cards to the challengers. So like before we start the challenge group, I always send a card in the mail, just a little, tiny card. I buy them at Target. There's like 8 for $1, super cheap. And then I try to do it again in week 3. I'm just rooting them on, just like thanking them for, taking the chance, and then just telling them how great they're doing. It's just always fun to get something in the mail. So I think that's something, we can try to implement and just make someone feel really special.
Yeah. I always get like a million thank yous from those cards. Like I always get a thank you from almost every single person I send them to. Like, wow, thank you so much for that card. It made my whole day. And that's like, okay, like that took me 3 seconds to write and a 50-cent postage. So like definitely worth it. I've in the past too, like printed off of Pinterest cute little Shakeology recipes and thrown them in there. Just
that's good.
Yeah, I just like print them off on my color printer and just paste them into like the top of the card. I've done that a few times. Not always, because that does take a little extra step and a little extra time, but sometimes when I have that extra time, I do that. So yeah,
that's a good idea.
Yeah, just something fun,
Yeah.
Especially like for my holiday group, I did like a fun like gingerbread one. Just holiday, like it's easy. Like when it's the holidays, or it's like in the fall, it's easy because there's cute little cutesy ones out there. But yeah. So anyway, anything else? Jerry, Summer, do you have anything to add or ask?
This is Jerry.
Hi,
it doesn't really have anything to do. Oh, hi. It doesn't really have anything to do with the group, but what do you guys have for internet as far as plans go? Do you guys all go through your wireless carriers? Do you have any suggestions out there? Because I just finally got a router through my wireless carrier, and I've literally used up all of my data. I mean, within the last 2 weeks, it's gone.
Yeah, I just have
I think I think a lot of it is the YouTube videos just with the training. But I didn't know if you guys had any suggestions out there, if I should just dive on in and get the full-blown router for the house, or what your suggestions were.
Gosh,
we have a wireless router that's for Wi-Fi, and I don't think we pay more than $30 a month for it. It's it's also bundled in with our cable, so we just pay for it all together. It might even be cheaper than $30. But yeah, we just have our wireless router, and then we don't have to worry about the data or anything like that. It's really nice to just not have to think about it.
Well, that's what I'd like to do, but we can't get cable or anything because I live in the sticks.
Okay. Okay. Can you guys get Wi-Fi?
That's what I was wondering, if I should just dive on in and see if I can just try to figure out, get get somebody that's not our cell phone carrier, because using it at the gigs, it's killing me.
Yeah, I try to do it through someone that's not, because I highly doubt it's going to be that much money per month. It's just it's such a like normal commodity that I feel like it's not like as expensive as it used to be.
Right. I'll just have to do a little bit more digging, see what I can find.
That's how my parents are, though. They live in a spot where they can't really get cable, so I get it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Do you have like?
Okay, that's all I really have for now.
Do you have like DirecTV or Dish or something?
Yeah, I have the DirecTV, but I can't bundle the data into it because they don't have the access where we live.
Oh.
We can do DirecTV, but we can't get like it all bundled together, because I checked that route before I increased my plan through Verizon. But and I also think Verizon's just like seriously killing us.
They like suck your money.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
They're little sneaky money stealers over there. Yeah, I don't know. We have wireless. We have cable, so I don't know.
Well, I'll just have to dig around and see what I can find. I know there's a guy in the area that does it, and I know it's pretty cheap. I just didn't know if it would be worth reducing my Verizon plan and going ahead with something like that for Wi-Fi for the house.
I guess I would just ask around your neighborhood, like people that live near you, ask them what they do, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry, that sounds like a stinky situation.
That's all right. We'll figure it out.
Okay. Do you have anything else about like inviting or anything like that? I know Jerry and I talked a little bit about how people aren't really biting right now. They're really interested, but they're not committed. They're not ordering. So we're just sitting over here praying for December 26th that they all eat too many cookies and roll around. So
yeah,
that's sad, but that's exactly what I'm hoping for. I've had so many people that say, yes, I want to do this. Yes.
Mail them cookies. Like, eat all these.
Here.
All about yourself. No, I'm kidding. But
I know.
Yeah.
No, I had a lot of interest. A lot of people that say 100%, yeah, they want to do it, and even sent like to the point where we actually have. They have the ordering information, and they're like that. We're that far into conversations, and they just haven't taken that final step to actually order yet.
That's so common. I mean, honestly, there's been a lady that I literally, like 4 challenge groups in a row, we talked to the point of giving the links, and she completely ignored me. And then finally she just joined one day and was like, hey, I signed up yesterday, and it was like we hadn't even talked for like 3 months. And I was just like, okay. Like, you literally.
Well, that's what I'm hoping, yeah.
Yeah, it's so unpredictable, but they always come back around. So even those conversations, like, I mean, even if they don't do it now, in February, they're going to be like, crap, like I didn't start out my New Year's resolution, and I went to. So
yeah, I'm foreseeing there's going to be a lot of people like that have been like, oh yeah, at the new year, and then the new year's gonna come, and they're still gonna have an excuse, and then they'll maybe still come around like in February or March.
Yeah,
we'll still need them then, so we'll still want them then, but I don't know. So, all right, anything else? I'm not gonna keep us forever. I know we're all really busy finishing Christmas things. All right. Well, I hope everyone has a very Merry Christmas if I don't talk to you before then. And, Summer and Jerry, if you come up with any questions after this call about challenge groups or anything, I know you girls aren't shy about posting in the coaching group, so go ahead and throw up your questions in there, and we'll be happy, or contact one of us directly, and we'll be happy to help you out through the next couple of weeks. All right? All right, ladies. So have a great night, and I'll talk to you later.
bye, Mary.
Thanks.
Bye.